Good morning. Well, this is a morning vlog with Mom Belle. It's not Monday, it's Sunday because I head out tomorrow like at 5:30 in the morning and I will be on a plane pretty much all day. So I'm doing it on Sunday, but you'll see it on Monday. Last week was an absolute wonderful week. I got my canning officially done. What else did I do? Oh, I put up a Christmas tree, which was so great. And I think I'm going to be putting up 2 Christmas trees. I think I'm going to do another one. People are very irritated about it. So you know what? I'm going to do 2. I'm actually in the parking lot waiting to meet Gideon for church this morning. I got here on Thursday. We've had a wonderful weekend. It was so nice. Still a little too hot for me. A little muggy. I thought, you know what? I want to look nice for church, so I didn't do my mom bun. But I'll tell you what. I actually grew up in Florida. Excuse me. I got a Starbucks. Well, here, let me tell you really fast. Squirrel. Have you guys ever seen that? It's called Up, with the squirrel that isn't it Up? No. It's Hedge, Over the Hedge, where the squirrel kind of loses his thought. I kind of feel like that. Anyway, so my drink that I like to get at Starbucks is a flat white with cold foam. Yes, it does have a little bit of sugar in it, but now that the holidays are here, I get a pumpkin spice cold foam. And every time I get it, people say, the lady at the desk says, you know it's going to melt. I said, that's okay. Because it actually doesn't melt right away. So that's kind of what I get. So I went and got a Starbucks, filled up the gas tank, so I didn't get charged for having not enough gas in it when I returned the car. So anyway, what I was going to say is I grew up in Florida. I was born in Detroit area. My dad was so my mom and my dad got married when I was 3. He is my stepdad, but he's my dad. And he pretty much like saved our family. It was kind of rough things that were happening with my mom, and my dad came in and was like the knight in shining armor. My dad passed away 3 years ago. We miss him horrible. But anyway, my dad was in the service, and so we traveled a lot. The light is like, whew. I'm sorry that I'm blinking so much, but I got very sensitive eyes. Anyway, squirrel. So anyway, I grew up in Florida from like 5 years old until I was 21. And so we didn't have seasons. I didn't grow up with seasons. And I really miss that. I was just telling Gideon because it's still kind of warm and kind of muggy here a little bit. Today is really cool and beautiful. But I said, like, where's the pumpkins? Like, nobody's decorated for fall. He goes, Mom, that's because it's not fall. It doesn't get fall here. And I'm like, oh, because where I'm at, the trees have turned. I have my fall decorations out. We have pumpkins out. We've lit a fire twice. Lots of hot cocoa. I mean, it's just, it's fall. And I was telling him yesterday that growing up, for Christmas, we would always ask for sweaters and winter stuff, even though it was never winter. But we wanted the sweaters. We wanted the cardigans. We wanted the clothes. So we'd be so excited to get like these, corduroy pants with the sweaters and the hats and the coats, and we'd wear them. We'd be so excited. We go outside, we're like, it's like 80 degrees, and so we had to take them off, and it was such a bummer. And so that's what I remember about Florida, the holidays, is we prayed for snow every year. We prayed for snow. It never snowed. I think it snowed once when I was 6 in Tampa, and it was just like a flurry, and we were so excited. And so I grew up with no seasons. We didn't have a fall, we didn't have a winter. And that's what I love about where I'm at is, where I'm at, we don't really have spring. It goes from like winter thaw to like summer. Our spring is like still snow. So we don't get that beautiful spring, and our gardens and stuff, we're always 2 months behind. But I loved growing up in Florida, but I really like my seasons. I like the fall. I like winter. I like the snow. It just makes it feel like the holidays, And so I said, well, maybe, I was telling my husband, I was like, well, maybe they're waiting till after Halloween to do the fall things. But, honestly, I don't remember my mom decorating for the fall at all. Come to think about it, we decorated for Christmas, and that was usually Thanksgiving weekend. That was a tradition. My mom, and it's so funny, I feel like very emotional lately. And I've been thinking about a lot of stuff when I was younger, and it kind of makes me like a little like, I don't know. I think I'm just emotional because I'm leaving tomorrow, and I had to check in, and it kind of like, so I think I kind of like cried a little bit myself to sleep last night because I was like, oh, I have one more day with Gideon, you know, and I was so excited to come. And when they said 10 minutes till we get to Pensacola, I was just like already tearing. I was trying not to cry on the plane because I had people behind me that I didn't know. And so then when I see my check-in yesterday, I kind of was like, you know how it is when you're sad and you just kind of cry to yourself? Yeah, it happens when you get older, quite a bit actually. People are looking at me, they're like, why is she talking to herself? I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, my mom, our tradition for Thanksgiving was the day after Thanksgiving, we would pick out our tree, and it would be up. Like, she'd pick it out in the morning, and that day it would be up. And I remember always playing at her feet, and she would put on The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz always was on Thanksgiving weekend, and then the next day was Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph on CBS. And so my mom would make popcorn, but the tradition was she put up the lights, because my mom is a very intense, like, lights, like it goes around the trunk and then the outside. Like, it took probably 4 or 5 hours for her to put lights on the tree. And then we could decorate it. Like, we were able to put the ornaments on and help her put the garland on, but nobody could help her with the lights. And I'm kind of like that. Like, nobody can help me put up the lights. I want to put up the lights. And then my kids decorate it. And so the kids kind of know, I wonder if my kids are going to do that tradition too. And so that was just a tradition we did on Thanksgiving. And my mom really did our house up with Christmas. I mean, it was just, you walk in and she turned the air conditioner on so it'd be cold in there. And, you know, because we wanted it to be cold, you know, and we wanted it to be like Christmas. And so I am kind of thankful that I have like the holidays we have, just because, you know, we have the seasons and there's just no seasons here. And so I was going to bring some leaves to Gideon. But I'm thinking, okay, Heather, well, then they'll crush. And he's a boy, so the boys don't really understand. Like us girls, I mean, there are some guys that love the holidays, but yeah, not Gideon. But I got to meet all of his friends, and they're very, very sweet. I got to take him out to dinner. Me and my husband, yeah. My husband, try to get him to come, but he's so busy. Me and Gideon have eaten sushi like every single day. Like every single day. We've gone to 4 different restaurants eating sushi because we both love sushi. Our family actually really loves sushi. Our entire family except for Haley, because she doesn't like any seafood. Even Robert. Well, Robert doesn't like seafood, but he likes sushi. And so we've eaten sushi every single day. It's really pretty here. We got a really nice hotel. Like in Pensacola, they actually have really nice hotels. And so you don't have to get like a resort or like a condo where you have to pay all the service fees and the cleaning fees. They actually have like really nice hotels. And so the hotel is huge. We stayed, I don't know what it was called, but yeah. And I found a Kilwins. You know, Kilwins is based out of Traverse City, just to let everybody know. It's the best ice cream ever. But it's just been a wonderful day. So today we're going to have lunch. He needs to get a couple things, some clothes and stuff, and then we're going to have dinner. And then I have to be on the road at 3:30 because I have to be at the airport at 4 because my plane leaves at 5 something. And so it's going to be very sad. I'm going to be a little emotional today, I think, because I just love him so much and I miss him. And he's a history major now. And I said, what do you want to do with your history major? And he said he wants to be a historian. He wants to go to like Egypt and the Middle East and all around the country and find artifacts and discover things and write about things. Almost kind of like an Indiana Jones. Sorry, somebody pulled up and I kind of feel odd talking to myself. Usually I'm by myself, but there's people coming for church. And so I'm so proud of him. He's like, yeah, Mom, I have to learn like hieroglyphics. I have to learn like Greek and Latin. And so he's pretty excited. I said, you know, do it then if that's what you want to do, because he loves history so much. And he wants to discover something that nobody's ever found. He wants to discover some artifacts or prove something by finding something. And he really wants to go to Egypt area. That'd be a pretty cool trip for sure. We actually ran into a couple of people when we went to Florida, and they had just gotten back from Egypt, her and her daughter, and they said it was like the best trip they've ever taken. They loved it so much. They said it was absolutely amazing. But they said bring toilet paper because they sell like one sheet of toilet paper for like $1, like one sheet. And so they said make sure you bring toilet paper in your backpack. I'm like, oh, thanks for the tip. So I told Gideon, if you go to Egypt, make sure you bring toilet paper. But anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for joining me on this. It actually is a mini vlog this time, I think. Usually I'm I gotta go meet Gideon. This church is really, really big that he goes to, so you kind of have to get in a little earlier so you can find a seat. But yeah, I'm heading home and I'm very sad about it. I want to just like pack him in my suitcase and take him home with me. But you know, he's really excited. He really wants to do this. And he's doing great. Like, he's working so hard, and he actually did homework and studied for tests while he was, you know, while we were in the hotel. And he's just doing so good. I'm just really so proud of him. And he looks like a man. Like, he's been working out really good, and he just in like the 2 months I haven't seen him, he's just grown up so much. And I just don't like my kids not being around me. But he comes home soon for Thanksgiving. I'm very excited about that. And so yeah, so now I get to go home, start making yummy fall. I have so many recipes for fall desserts, you guys. And I found some inspiration for some super cool but easy biscuit recipes. Haha. Y'all are gonna love them. I can't wait to get home and start baking. I am so excited to get home and start baking. And I'm excited to get back to my colored trees with the fall, to get my sweaters on and my fall shirts that I got. I gotta show you guys all those. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget to subscribe and like to Just the Bells 10 and share it with everybody you love. Let's get our page growing. Let's let people find Just the Bells 10. But thank you so much. Have a wonderful Monday, because I'm doing this on Sunday, but you're going to see it on Monday. Okay, thank you so much for your support. And look at that beautiful sunshine. I don't think we have sunshine where we're at. I think it's kind of overcast, but it's like brisk. I guess we had a chance of snow the other day, and I thought, no, because it got down to 40. Oh, snow is coming.